Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is another rant in PJ pants. I apologize if you hear Laddie sneezing. He has allergies and stuff. Today I was going to talk about a few things that I didn't really feel like I could make an entire video on separately, but together it would be a nice rant in PJ pants. Just something it's just about some things that I've noticed that are kind of irritating me. And before I get into it, on my lips, I'm wearing the Maybelline Python Metallic Lip Kit in the shade Piercing. I got these because, there should be a mirror in here, seriously, but I got these because of Jackie Ina's review on them. And not only that, I actually used her affiliate link to go to Ulta to purchase them from there. So either she made a commission from our Style Me or I used her code, whichever one it was. So I was a fan, I'm just saying. This shade here, I got 4 of them. This is like probably the worst one. It's like a very deep purple with a silver like shadow to put on top, but I can't get this to be at like a full opacity. It just doesn't want to work for me. I don't know. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is Stephanie Nicole. I used to really like her. I mean, I still kind of do. I don't hate anybody. I've just been noticing a few things. Like, I really like how she is not peppy whatsoever. She's very matter of fact and just kind of like this. Although I like that she's like blunt and just like, you know, not fake happy and all like perky and stuff. She comes off like too condescending sometimes. Like, you're a total idiot if you don't believe everything that she's saying, and she is smarter than anybody ever. And I mean, her videos, I know that mine are long, but don't tell me, if you guys watch her, that you don't use those timestamps, because an hour for a palette review, oh my goodness. Like, I know people want to have like all of this information, but I don't care about like how much each shadow is when you break it down. That's just something that I don't really care about. I mean, yes, it's good to know that like you're getting your money's worth and stuff. It's just something I'm not interested in. So thank goodness she at least has timestamps. But lately I've been feeling like she's become quite self-unaware, and she posted an Instagram post and a Twitter post that kind of caught my eye, and I'm going to read to you guys the Instagram post so you know exactly where I'm coming from. The picture was of 2 palettes that she purchased. The top palette that she is referring to is MannyMUA's Life's a Drag palette, so that's the top one that she's referring to. She posted, "I've got a bunch of questions. I purchased these 2 palettes for review as you requested. I don't feel good about spending my money on the top one, being Manny's. I'd be lying if I said I was a fan. You are who you surround yourself with, and there have been some odd comments from him, like if people knew how to do makeup, they would love Morphe. Well, technically, an artist should be able to make cat shit work as a contour. So is cat shit a good product? Question mark. Anywho, I always wonder for the creators that push certain lines so hard, if we can expect the same quality from their lines. I mean, it's so good, right? Just being a smart ass." She has like a little laughing, crying face there. As always, I'm closing comments prior to posting this so it doesn't turn into a bashing post beside the mild shit I had to say. I will give the palette a fair review and try, but I more than likely will mention my personal feelings as well, which those not interested in can skip. I know I don't have to do what people ask if I don't feel good about it, but since this is getting so much hype, I want to review it as someone who's not a friend to help those on the fence or on a budget, hoping for the best, fingers crossed. Whole bunch of things I didn't like about this. I mean, while I agree, I'm not a Manny fan either, and you do wonder with the Mannys and the Jaclyn Hills and the Nikki tutorials, you know, when they are pushing these products that they claim are so amazing, like Morphe, when they're not that amazing, how do you figure their lines are going to stand up, you know? So with that, I totally understand. I did not like Manny's comment about if you know how to do makeup, then you would love Morphe, because that's just ridiculous. Um, uh, Other than that, like, I kind of feel like, okay, first of all, you're allowed to give your opinion in this post. You're putting this out there for everybody to see. I don't understand why we needed to know this. You could have just purchased the palette and in your video said, although I'm not a fan of Manny, whom is not even friends with Jeffree Star anymore, which I'm sure is where she's going with, you are who you surround yourself with, which I kind of get, but they haven't been around each other for so long, so I'm not sure if that's just the issue or if it's this comment or if there's more to it. I'm sure she'll let us know. But she could have just purchased the palette and then in her video said, hey, I'm not really a fan of Manny, blah, 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 but this is a really hyped up product, so I wanted to review it for you guys. But posting something like this, and especially disabling the comments, one, makes me feel like it's okay for you to say some shit, but you don't want anybody else's opinion, which I don't like. And two, that, you know, that you make it out to seem like, oh, look at what I'm doing for you. You guys requested that I get this. You guys wanted to see this review. Even though I don't feel good about it, look what I'm doing for you. Like that kind of attitude. And she's not the only influencer that does it. I just feel like nobody really talks anything bad about Stephanie Nicole because like she's so smart and great or whatever, but everybody has their flaws. And this was just something that really got on my nerves. I mean, I'm closing the comments prior to posting this so it doesn't turn into a bashing post. Maybe you could have kept the comments on and just said, hey, if things like get kind of out of control here, I'm going to close the comments, because it's nice to hear other people's opinions, you know? I just found this post to be like really self-serving and like a big fuck you to her followers for acting like, oh, look at what I do for you, you know, like we are trying to tear down her convictions or something, like we're making her something that she doesn't want to be. I don't think that this post needed to be posted. I just think that she went in like it was something deep, which it shouldn't be. Buy it, don't buy it. My point is, if she didn't want to buy it and it's something that she strongly stands by, that she does not like Manny and other influencers, you know what she could have done? She could have just linked us to a channel that reviewed it, that she respects, that she believes is honest and credible. And then that way she didn't have to buy it and then be like, see what I did for you guys? Like we should be getting down on our hands and knees and like praising her. You bought a makeup palette. Like, who cares? Either buy it or don't buy it. But she didn't have to make like such a big deal about it, is what I'm saying. So that was the first one. That was the first little thing. Then came the Twitter post. This one, okay, so this was in reference to like her getting into like, not even a fight, but like a disagreement with a follower. Already been muted with the quickness. Smiley face cry emoji thing. I have a comment moderator on YouTube where all comments are held for approval. I keep my Instagram private so people can take part in civil beauty discussions, and I mute assholes on here. I'm in my own bubble. I'm the only asshole allowed. Okay. So with that, I am like, okay, so that's why you have no self-awareness, because you get to moderate everything that everybody says about you. And I feel like if you're going to be on social media and you have such a huge following like that on YouTube, that you should want the input of other people. And I feel like, you know, she comes off like she's so blunt and above everything and like shit doesn't bother her. But this comes off like she's really super sensitive about having like debates. Like, listen, I know shit can get really nasty, but I'm not somebody that's like, oh, that person doesn't like me, they're just jealous. That person doesn't like me, but they're irrelevant. No, like not everybody's gonna like you, you know? And when someone doesn't like me and they say, hey, you know, maybe you could get to your point quicker or, you know, something like that, I take that into consideration. Like, that's not hate to me. And yes, people do tell her like you have like this attitude that just rubs us the wrong way sometimes, because she does seem, like I said, really condescending. And I feel like it would be good for her to know that, because if this is more than a hobby, if this is part of her career, like it will only make you grow more if you take some things into consideration. And I don't feel like she has such strong convictions where she couldn't maybe just not have such a bad attitude, because she's already purchasing things that she's like, oh, I don't feel good about. So I'm kind of like, well, why can't you just sort of talk to us like we're not complete idiots? That's all I'm really asking. And I also get confused by like her support for and her not supporting like certain makeup brands. So she doesn't support Jeffree Star because of racist things that he said more than 10 years ago. That she made a whole video on it like it was some big deal. That's the thing. Why can't you, not everything that you think has to be put out there. Like if somebody asks you why you don't buy Jeffree Star stuff, hey, I just don't support him because of some shit. You know what I mean? But it has to be like this big thing, and then everybody wonders why there's drama and drama channels. But I digress. I feel like, okay, she doesn't support Jeffree, but what about Doe Deer? She doesn't support so and so, but like I just don't understand where the line is for who she will or not, like who she won't support. It kind of gets a little blurry to me, because some of the products she has, those lines have really shit shade ranges, but like she'll call out a different brand for doing like the same thing. Listen, everybody's a little bit of a hypocrite. I get it. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, I, am perfect, because no. I'm just saying, when you're a channel that's known for being sort of like a mouthpiece against like brands that are so exclusive, it just seems weird to me that some things are okay and some things aren't. And I get like a little confused by that. And I also wonder if she, like, what does she do for her community? If she comes out almost sort of like this self-righteous sort of person, what does she really do? Does she donate to charities? Does she do volunteer work? What is she doing for the Black community in her area? Since she is very outspoken about brands, and people that are racist, which we need, which I'm happy about. I just don't know if it goes any deeper than it just being on the surface for YouTube. I just don't know. I think it would be great to have that information. I know that sometimes when people say, oh, I volunteered here today, people are like, oh, you're just bragging. But I'm just saying, like, it would be nice to know that it's not just on the surface, that like she actually does care in her everyday life. And I know makeup is not that deep in the grand scheme of things, but when you're known as a channel that's sort of like that, it just makes me wonder, And I mean, I just don't like how she has this, oh, you should, thank me for getting this because I'm going to do an hour-long boring fucking review on it. And then, oh, if you don't like it, don't worry, because nobody's going to see those comments because I have them moderated and I'm in my own little bubble. Like, it seems a little narcissistic to me. Like I said, I enjoyed her for so long. It's just like lately, like the past like 2 months, I've been seeing a common theme of, I am above this and I just don't like it. And, there are some people that I talk to that don't like her at all. They're just like, she just reads things off of Google, but she acts like she knows everything. I mean, excuse me, she obviously knows some stuff, And that part, like I said, you can skip it, so it doesn't really bother me so much. But I just wonder how far it goes, I'm just curious. And I just hope that she stops acting like if she does something she's not comfortable with. First of all, you don't have to do it. But if you do it, don't make a big deal about it, You don't have to put it out there. Same with Kat Von D. We would never have known she was not going to vaccinate her kid unless she put it out there, which not everybody needs to know everything about everything. You know what I mean? And so that's my part on Stephanie Nicole. I'm not trying to be super harsh. It's just some things that I've noticed that just kind of rub me the wrong way. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is the MannyMUA contest. So he went on Snapchat, I think it was like last week or the week before, and he talked about a contest that he's having for Lunar Beauty, his makeup line. So in order to enter this contest, you have to be following him on YouTube, following him on Twitter, following him on Instagram, following the Lunar Beauty pages, like all the social media pages, and you have to buy his Life's a Drag palette. Once you have the palette, you do a look, then you have to tag all those things. In like an Instagram post or Twitter, you have to tag like Lunar Beauty, Life's a Drag, Manny, all that kind of stuff. And then he's going to pick 6 like finalists. And then we're going to be able to, well, he said you're going to be able to vote for like your favorite. But then he said like ultimately the decision is going to be his. So I don't really know. And if you win, then you get to go to Los Angeles and hang out with Manny and go shopping. And then maybe he'll do a video with you on his channel. That's the only part, like doing a video with him can probably, will make somebody gain a lot of followers. So that's like the only good thing about this. And this is the same thing along the lines with giveaways. I hate when he's like, because I love you guys so much, I want to take you shopping. No, he wants more engagement on his Instagram. He wants more followers. He wants more posts. He wants more tags. And he wants his palette to sell better. So if you have an incentive like this silly contest, you might be like, oh my God, if I can slay a look with this, maybe I'll be able to do a video with him and maybe I'll be able to be as popular as he is. And there are a lot of people out there that want to be YouTube famous. So of course it should boost sales, I would think. I just feel like he's doing it because the Life's a Drag palette did not sell as well as he thought it would, perhaps. And that's why he's doing this contest, and he just wants more hype up, more engagement, things like that. And that's what people do when they do giveaways, because they want their engagement to go up. I'm sure if it was just out of the kindness of influencers' hearts, with all the PR that they get, they get a whole line of a foundation. They get a whole range of lipsticks, a whole range of concealers. They cannot possibly use all of those products themselves. Likely, they probably maybe give some to like their friends and family if they can. But like if it was just in the goodness of their heart, they certainly would be doing giveaways a lot more often, is how I feel about it. So that kind of segues into my own giveaway. There were a few people that did comment or tweet at me that I should do the Kat Von D Saint Sinner palette giveaway. So the rules are, you just have to leave a comment. The best anti-vaxxer joke, my husband's gonna laugh or pick it, so I can't so I'm not picking somebody that I know or anything, is going to win. I'm gonna ship it to you. You don't have to worry about shipping or anything. Thank you so much to Priscilla out there. I hope I pronounced your name right. On Twitter, I love you, girl. She was the one that came up with this idea, so I thought it was really great. You don't even have to be subscribed to me. You don't have to be subscribed to my channel. You don't have to be subscribed to Twitter. You don't have to @ me. You don't have to do anything. Just leave an anti-vaxxer joke. I'm gonna probably let it run maybe until like Monday, and then I'll probably do a video of us like looking at them, or of my husband like picking somebody. And this way you can have the palette and you don't have to worry about supporting Kat Von D if you choose to not support her anymore because of her recent business. So that's the giveaway in a nutshell. I'm gonna have it open to everywhere, most likely, yeah, because a lot of people just do just the United States. Yeah, it's open to everybody all over the world, but you win by commenting a super funny, the best anti-vaxxer joke. And so, yeah, so I think that's about it for my rant and PJ pants. I didn't show you my PJs. Hello Kitty, red and black plaid. And I was trying out like some new liner and stuff. I'm usually not this dark, but I was trying out like a couple new shadows and things that I may use in my next Slayin' shade. And that next Slayin' shade is actually going to be on myself. I thought it would be fun to give you guys all the tea on myself. everything. You know, how I met my husband, my issues with drinking, my sluttiest moment, although I don't like calling women sluts, because if you have casual consensual sex, I don't see anything wrong with that. But if there had to be a slutty moment, this would be it. All of the horrible things about me, I'm just going to be shading myself, basically. So I hope you guys will tune into that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And thank you. Follow me on Twitter if you want to. Love and hugs. Bye.